Hello everyone, this is Dr. Shivakant Pathak here with you to see a topic Carnot cycle in thermodynamics. Carnot cycle has great importance to understand the ideal heat engine because ideal heat engine works on Carnot cycle. This cycle is given by Carnot in 1824, around that. So see what is a Carnot cycle, how it's work. To understand the Carnot cycle, let us familiar with these four things, in which the first one is a source. Source means it is source of heat energy, right? So this source of heat energy is called reservoir. What does mean by reservoir here? This source reservoir has infinite thermal capacity. What does mean by infinite thermal capacity? This source will keep the heat to system without changing its temperature for a long time. So this is called heat reservoir. Thereafter, the working substance is given. Let us familiar about working substance of this. This is set of piston and cylinder. In which gas is filled. Gas is as the working substance here, right? Third one is insulating pad. This is from all sides. It is thermally insulated. So this pad is thermally insulated. Pad means no transfer of heat through this surface. And the last one is, it is called sink. Sink has also infinite thermal capacity as this. Thermal capacity like source, but the difference from source is this: source gives the heat without changing its temperature, but sink absorbs the heat without changing its temperature. So sink has infinite thermal capacity. It can absorb infinite amount of heat by keeping its temperature T2 as a constant. So let us familiar with this. Here in this whole cycle, one thing must be important to everyone, that is T1 is always greater than T2. What does it represent? Temperature of a source is also always greater than temperature of a sink. This Carnot cycle work under a four process. Let us see the first process in which it works. Right? See this four process. In that first one is called isothermal expansion. See the procedure in the isothermal expansion process. Here in this, what is done? The working substance are kept over the source, like this here in the diagram. This source and working substance, in which working substance gas is filled in it. It is thermally insulated from all sides with perfectly conducting surface. This surface is perfectly conducting surface. In that condition, the working substance can get heat from a source, and when it's get heat from a source, the pressure here on is increases, so it is free to expand upward. So it's move its volume from V1 to V2. Let at initial position, its pressure was P1. When it's moved above, pressure becomes from P1 to P2. Since this phenomena takes place at a constant temperature, because from all sides it is thermally insulated, but here the transfer of heat is possible because it is connected with purely conducting bottom, and the process takes place in such that it is in good thermal contact and keeping the temperature constant. So in that condition, thermodynamical coordinate changes in this way. Here in the first way, it is pressure let P1, volume V1, and is on temperature T1. The thermodynamical coordinate changes, pressure from P1 to P2 decreases, volume increases, but temperature remains same. If temperature remains same, this implies that temperature constant, and it is called isothermal. So expansion of gas is under isothermal condition, and here in this expansion is under isothermal condition. Then let us see the volume is changes from V1 to V2, then work is done here in this system. Let work done W1 under the isothermal condition is given by formula N1 R T1 log at the base of exponential, it is V2 by V1. Right? Here in this system, the system absorb heat. If any system during the work absorb heat, then one important factor, entropy, increases. If system absorb heat, see very carefully, this indicates that entropy increases, and this increasing entropy delta S, change in entropy delta S is given by amount of heat. Suppose it's absorbed Q1 amount of heat by temperature. We can indicate it as by equation number 1, and it is by equation number 2. This change in the thermodynamic coordinate is given here on the graph. So to see the graph, let system changes isothermally from A to B, where at A coordinates are P1 V1 and here coordinates are P2 V2 at constant temperature. When it is moved from A to B, it is called isothermal expansion. See very carefully. This graph from A to B is called isothermal expansion at constant temperature T1. Now here is the second step of Carnot cycle, that is called adiabatic expansion. Here in this second process, the working substance is kept over an insulating pad See, understand this in the diagram. Now this working substance kept over insulating pad. It is given here in this diagram. Now we are going to second step. The pressure is here P2, volume is here V2, and temperature is T1. Since the system is thermally insulated from surroundings from all sides, in that condition, no flow of heat. Where? From outside to system or system to outside. If any type of this is, so this implies that transfer of heat is equal to 0. If it is under this condition, then the system is called adiabatic. Thermally insulated from surroundings. Mean of adiabatic is thermally insulated from surrounding, right? And it is kept free to increase the volume from V2 to V3 under adiabatic conditions. In that condition, the thermodynamical coordinate changes from P2 V2 T1 to P3 V3. Now see for the temperature. If no flow of the heat, then system works from internal energy. Right? In that condition, temperature of the working substance decreases from T1 to T2. It is made up to increase the volume of working substance gas till the temperature of the system becomes equal to the temperature of a sink. Because the third part is a sink where temperature is T2. In that condition, in graph, the system changes adiabatically from B to C in the graph, and it can be clearly shown here in the diagram. Here is system changes in the first condition from A to B isothermal. Now it changes from P2V2 to P3V3 adiabatically. This is adiabatic expansion up, guys. So it is from P1 to P3 and volume expanded from V2 to V3. Here temperature continuously changes, and here at this position becomes T2. At this point temperature was T1 and it's continuously degrowth. This change is called adiabatic expansion of gas. Right? So this is the adiabatic expansions under this process. So where volume changes, it means work is done. Let this work. Here volume increases means work is done by the system at the cost of heat energy. So work is done under the this process is given by formula here. In this case is N is equal to number of mole filled in it gas, universal gas constant, difference in temperature from B to C by 1 minus gamma, and it is represented by equation number 3 here. Since no absorb of heat by system here, because it is thermally insulated from surrounding from all sides. So the work is done at a cost of internal energy So change in entropy is a 0. No change in entropy. This is about the second step of Carnot cycle. Now we are going to see third cycle of a Carnot, in which see what is done. For that, see on this page. In the third step, the working substances at the end of second cycle now kept over the sink, which is at constant temperature T2. So far this, see here in the diagram, it is a sink. Working substance gas is kept here. In the initial, its temperature is V3 and pressure is P3. Here this working substance and sink is under good thermal contact, but thermally insulated from all sides. Clear? And we are applying pressure, doing work on this to compress in such a way that its volume decreases from V3 to V4. This volume decreases after applying pressure, increasing pressure in such a way that it changes from P3 to P4. See one more thing. If we compress it, it means we are doing work on a system. Work is done on the system. In the previous two cases, work was done by the system at the cost of heat. But here, work is done on the system, right? So heat is produced. Whatever heat is produced, given to sink, and we are knowing this sink has infinite thermal capacity, so it will absorb the heat without changing the temperature. That is why we are showing it is isothermal. Since volume is decreases, that is why it is called isothermal compression of a gas. Right? Here in this diagram of pressure volume curve, it is represented in this way. So it changes from B to C here in the system. Now it changes. See how isothermally system from C to D here. In that condition, pressure increases from P3 to P4, this increases, and volume changes from V3 to V4. But temperature here in this system remains constant at T2 because it is under isothermal condition. So it is called isothermal compression of the working substance from B to C. So this we can see here in the diagram in this way. It is system changes in the graph from C to D point. So here volume changes, that is the decrease. So work is done here, but this work is done on the system. So this work done W3 we are taking in term of negative, right? So system is negative and it is given by formula in this N R T2 log at the base of expansion volume V4 final volume minus initial volume. So it is in term of negative. It can be represented as equation number 5. See, in this, what about entropy? When it moves from V3 to V4, by graph, when it is moves from C to D, it is at C, now this point is at D. When it changes from C to D here in the system, heat liberated and heat is transferred to the sink. So heat transferred to sink. Let this is transferred sink is Q2 amount, then there is change in entropy. This change in entropy is given by Q2 amount of heat liberated to sink at constant temperature T2. It is equation number 6. Now see the final fourth cycle of Carnot, in which the working subsystem is kept again over the insulating pipe. In that condition, it becomes thermally insulated from all sides. Right? Thermally insulated from all sides. So system can neither take heat from surrounding or can reject heat to the surrounding. So it is a adiabatic condition. And we apply the pressure here. Apply pressure means doing work on system. When we do work on system and bringing in such a way that its volume changes from V3 to initial volume of a system V1, V4 to V1 here in the system. Volume decreases and brought up to the initial. See here, initial stage. Clear? Volume from V4 to V1 and pressure also from P4 to P1. So when we do work on the system, in that condition system liberates heat. System liberate heat. So temperature increases from, in the initial it was T2 and brought up to the initial temperature T1 in this case. Like that, all thermodynamical process, that is P4, V4 and temperature T2 was converted P1, V1 and T1 under these conditions. Right? It can be represented here in graph also. Adiabatically, here in the fourth step, the system is changes from D to A. So this is called adiabatic compression. So this is first cycle, second cycle, third cycle and fourth cycle, and reach on the initial position under the cyclic process. Right? So here is work is done on the system. So let us see what is amount of work is done here on the system. So see very carefully here in it, last system in which it's changed. Here in this, work is done on the system. So W4 is given by formula minus NR difference in a temperature by 1 minus gamma, right? It can be represented by equation 7 here, since here no flow of heat. Heat work is done by external agency here by applying the pressure, so change in entropy is 0 in this case again, right? So this is a work done in all four process and change in entropy in this process. So to see this in cyclic process, let us see the graph once more, right? See this graph very carefully. In it, work is done from A to B is W1 amount of work done by the system when it is changes from isothermal expansion, right? And in adiabatic expansion, when it is changes from B to C here in this system, the work is done by the working substance is W2, and when it is changes under the compression from C to D under isothermal condition, W3 amount of work is done on the system. These two is by the system, and it is work is done on the system isothermal condition, and W4 on the system under adiabatic condition. So net work done. Work done W. Since we know that work is a scalar quantity, so net work done is algebraic sum of both, that is W1 plus W2, and this is work is done on the system minus W3 minus W4, because these both are work is done by the system, and we are knowing that work done here in the PV graph is also area of heat. So work is done in the W1 is when we draw two perpendicular, this total area. In second condition, draw these two, and it changes from V2 to V3 under this graphic system. In third, these two, this is area, and in last, this is area, right? So net work done W is, by applying all four equations we will keep here and obtain R, area of closed path A, B, C, D, A, and which is represented by here this shaded portion. So W can mathematically we can obtain by calculating all these work by the formula mentioned in all four processes, or we can obtain directly from pressure volume curve by applying the area of shaded portions. So this is for today only. Thank you and have a nice day.